Welcome to Galacticare.
Galacticare is a ridiculous sci-fi hospital management game.
Heel and I can't wait to get you settled in.
Our goal is to provide the best possible healthcare service.
You are the newly hired director of Galacticare, and you are tasked with building and managing a series of hospitals across the galaxy, each of which is in its own ridiculous situation.
This fellow's condition requires them to be reboned, and for that, we'll need a boning chamber.
There's a great narrative which kind of weaves all the strange bits and pieces together, and you get your personal assistant Heel guides you through step by step all the mad events and aliens that get thrown your way.
We like to treat each of the levels as sort of like an episode of a cartoon and everything that comes with that.
Fingers crossed this actually works, or we might all be going to jail.
The episodic format is definitely not something that we planned on the outset. We knew the tone we wanted to hit. We knew we wanted it to be a very silly game, taking inspirations from cartoons like Futurama and Rick and Morty. But how we meshed that with a management game was a very difficult challenge.
A robot? Well, that's a daring hire.
It kind of makes you kind of start out thinking, okay, well, there's a strong style idea you have in your head. It's about kind of executing that and seeing how it organically changes.
Originally, it was going to be your more traditional story where you play each part by part and it follows on. It ended up just not really working for us ultimately because it's the kind of game that people want to dip in and out of. They want to play it at their own pace. So we had to figure out a way where it could work for the different audiences that wanted to play this game and play it in the way and like on the timeline that they wanted to play it.
The robot is waving. Mary, are you waving? Are you waving your awful little hands?
So finding the balance of that chilled out experience while still having a layer of crazy on top, but not so much crazy that it's frustrating and pulling you away from your zen has been a really interesting thread. When you're trying to tell a story, the story needs to happen. But meanwhile, the player is busy, painting their plant pot. We've struck a really good balance there where the game very subtly gates itself all the time and waits for the player to do the thing that they need to do to progress the story.
You're my friend. And so is this giant creature who's about to eat the station.
Good Lord, what is that?
Typically with the creatures, we started with these kind of archetypes. I remember trying to outline a bunch of them. And here's typically, say, 10 archetypes you get from sci-fi. All together, we spoke about the ones we liked and ones where we can maybe merge these two together, or what would be interesting if this one came together.
We wanted to make all of the species sort of a character within their own right. They are all visually different. We've got this little monkey that walks around on all fours. We've got the Kubabali, like a dinosaur gorilla sort of thing. And what we've actually done is use the different species and their desires as a very soft neutralization mechanic, because each of the desires that the species has will slowly teach you how to build a very good hospital that works for everyone, but each of the individual species will like specific things on their own. And then if you fulfill all of those individual desires, generally everyone will be happy and things will go quite well.
This concludes your company-mandated cultural sensitivity training. Congratulations.
I'm really proud of what we created. I think it really is fantastic. It really exudes the personality and the creativity and madness of the people that work on the project.
The narrative in this game and the way we deliver it is probably one of, I say, the most novel things when it comes to the genre. We're really proud of how it turned out.
I hope you found all this educational, Director. Welcome aboard.